Hello guys, good morning to one and all. I hope yesterday's class you people came to know about um, how the employment will be created in the secondary, primary as well as in the tertiary sector due to the some government steps as well as due to the some private steps also like set upping the factories as well as set upping the industries in the rural area so that the people those are living in that area they will get the employment opportunity so that they will earn little bit more income. So in this today's class we are going to learn another classification of Indian economic activities, that is organized sector and unorganized sector. So this is based on what type of work you are doing. Okay, what type of work you are doing, in which area, whether you are working in a shop, whether you are working in a companies. So based on that, we have categorized the activities of the economy has been divided into two sectors there. One is organized and second one is the unorganized sector. So to know in detail about organized and unorganized sector, we have to take an example of Kanta and Kamal. So these are the two example what I am taking. So based on that, you will try to understand what is organized sector and what is unorganized sector there. So Kanta, she is well educated and she got the job in a company. So she is working in an organized sector. So organized sector cover those enterprises or places of a work where the terms of employment are regular and therefore the people have assured work there. So based on the activities, we have divided the organized and unorganized. So I have taken the example of Kanta. Kanta, she is a well-educated woman, and based on her qualification, she got a job in an organized sector. So Kanta works in an office. She attends her office from 9:30 to 5:30 p.m. and she gets her salary regularly, monthly. The salary will be paid to her at the end of every month. At the end of every month, as well as at the starting of next month. Okay, if you are working in the month of June, you have started. So in the July first week or a first date, you will get the salaries. So in this way, she used to work from 9:30 to 5:30 p.m. and regularly she will get the salary there. And also she will get some extra facilities like provident fund, where some amount will be cut deducted in her salary, and then it will be save in their provident fund, that is PF. So after their retirement they can use that PF and they can live their happy full life. So in this way the provident fund will be helpful for the people to understand, uh, to get the better facilities those are working in the organized sector there. And also she also gets the medical and other allowance, medical facilities as well as transportation facilities. So in this way, the what we will tell, the condition will be there, this type of condition, this type of situation will be there in the organized sector there. And also she will pay the holiday salary also. Think that she is having the 12 holidays in a per year. So every month one holiday means if she is not taking any kind of holidays, so then that whatever payment will be there on that holiday time, that will be paid to her. It will be not deducted from their salary, it will be added for them. So this kind of facilities will also get the people those are working in the organized sector. And when she joined the work, she was given an appointment letter, stating all the terms and conditions of the work. So they have to sign an agreement. So according to this term we are going to do, as well as we are going to serve your institution for the betterment of the institution. So like that one appointment letter will be there. So according to that one she will get the appointment letter. So this kind of conditions we will see in the Kanta, where she is working in an organized sector. So by seeing all these, we will come to know organized sector cover all those enterprises, so whatever companies, whatever activities will be there, or a place of a work in the terms of employment. So based on rules and regulations of employment only, the job will be given to them as well as regular. So therefore people have the assurance that my work is one of the not a um, they are getting a lot of facilities, they are having one assurance that it is our permanent job. Okay, so this kind of organized sector, uh, they have to do the government registration, and they have to follow the rules and regulations which has been given in the factory law, some laws which it has been implemented. So according to that one, they have to serve. Okay, so these organized sectors, they have to do the government registration, and they have to follow some rules and regulations which are given in the various laws such as factory law, minimum wages act. Okay, the people those are working in their factories, the people those are working in their industries. So minimum wages, the government has set up. They have set it with, they have set this much amount of money, minimum amount should be given to that individual. So according to that act, they have to give the wages to the people, as well as payment of gratuity act. So shops as well as establishment act. So based on these such laws, if they are ready to give the salaries, facilities to the people those are working under their in their factories as well as in their industries, means the government will give the registration. Okay, based on that. So if this kind of registration, if the enterprises as well as the companies, industries, if they are following such rules and regulation, means that we call it as a organized sector. So it is also called as a organized sector because we will see the formal processes as well as the procedures for the appointment of people there. Okay, for the appointment also, the some procedure we have to follow, like interview, walk-in interview, as well as taking some of the test, as well as by training them. After the training, what kind of capacity that the individual is having to serve his or her company. So based on some process and procedures, the people will be appointed. So the Kanta, she is working in an organized sector. She will get the regular salary, and extra facilities will be given to their family members, like medical facility, as well as if they want any kind of transportation facility. If any person living far from the company, means far from the industry, means for the ladies, for their production, nowadays the companies are booking some of the Ola cabs, so that whenever they are finishing their work, with the help of that taxi, they will go and reach their destiny. So in this way, to protect the human women interest, as well as from the exploitation, some rules and regulations they have to follow before the setting the one setting any kind of organized sector in the uh, in our country as well as in some other countries. So some rules and regulations they have to follow, and what whoever those are working in that company, in that industries as well as in that factory, means some of the facilities will be given for the laborers as well as the employees those are working in their factories there. So I have told what are the facilities they will get. Okay, some they will give the housing facilities also, some they will give the medical facilities for their family members as well as that employee, as well as they will give certain accessories like laptops, like mobile phone, from the company side only, so that they can work even more efficiently if they are not having those accessories, means. As well as they will give the uh, transportation facility, that is some companies they will hire some of the vehicles for their employees to move from one place to another place. So this kind of facilities we will see in the organized sector. So the workers those are working in the organized sector, they will enjoy the security of the employment. So some security will be there because they are getting the uh, how much salary they have been they wanted, that kind of salary they are getting, and fixed number of wages will be there, hours will be there. So fixed hours, from this time to this time only they will work. After that they will not work. They will go and do their personal work as well as some other work what uh, in their day-to-day activities. So the people those are working in that area, they will feel the security and they will enjoy the doing the job and everything else. And also they will get lot of benefits for the employers. So this kind of situation we will see in the organized sector. Okay, what kind of benefits I have told? Benefits means paid leave, payment during the holidays. If they are not taking any kind of holidays, means they will not deduct in their salary. It will be added to it. PF Provident Fund, some amount. Think that you are earning 20 to 25,000 means some amount will be deducted like 2,000, 3,000. It will be deducted as a PF amount and it will be saved in that provident fund. So whenever you are wanted, whenever you are needed from your PF, you can take the money as well as you can use that money. After the retirement also, you will get lot of facilities from this PF there, as well as the pension, medical benefit, a safe working environment. The safety will be there for the women as well as the employers that are working in that area. So this kind of facilities will be given to those people there. So next category of the economic sector is unorganized sector. So we will see these kind of activities in the into two classification, and is organized and unorganized. We will see both the sectors are working very important role uh, in the development of the economy. So the another example for unorganized sector I have taken as a Kamal. So Kamal is the Kanta's neighbor, the Kanta who is working in an organized sector. Nearby only as well as their neighbor, Kamal was living. So Kamal, he was a daily wage laborer nearby grocery shop, and he used to go to the shop at morning 7:30 and he used to return to the home nearly 8 o'clock in the evening. So he gets no other allowance apart from his wages. So he is not paid for his days and he does not work. Okay, whenever he's not working in the shop, in the grocery shop, as well as in the other activities, the amount will be deducted there. And he has therefore no leave or a paid holidays, nor he was given any formal letter saying that he has been employed in the shop, and he can ask to leave anytime if he is not happy in the serving in that grocery shop, means anytime he can leave and he can join some other activities. So in the contrast, in the another a part of economic activities, we will see the unorganized sector where a Kamal is working in a grocery shop. Okay, daily wages he will get. He is a daily wage laborer. So yeah, daily what kind of work he is doing, according to that work, the salary will be paid to him. So due to the some reason, if he is not attending the work as well as he is not attending the shop, means that time they surely they will deduct from his salary there, as well as they will not give any kind of assurance that you are working in my shop and you are getting the what we will get, um, you are getting the some benefits like PF as well as like medical benefits. So this kind of provision, this kind of special facilities will be not given the people those are working in an unorganized sector. So the unorganized sector is characterized by the small and scattered unit which is largely outside to control the control of the government. So the jobs, the people those are doing this kind of job, they will pay the very low wages, often not regularly. There is no provisions of overtime. If they are doing extra time also, that extra money will be not given to them. Paid leave will be not there, holidays will be not there, leave to sickness, etc. The employment will not be secure. So if you will implement in the organized sector, means you will get all kind of facility there. Okay, if you are doing overtime, extra time after 5:30. If you are working nearly 6:30 to 7:30 means whatever extra hours will be there na, that will be added in your salary there. So that kind of overtime work we will not see in the unorganized sector. So holidays, certain holidays will be there in the organized sector, that we will not see in the unorganized sector there. And there is no formal procedures to hire the employees there. Okay, like taking the interviews and everything else. If they want to do the job in the groceries, like that only they will get the job. So this sector includes a large number of people who are employed on their own doing some small jobs, and they are selling on the street or doing some repairy work. So this kind of jobs we call it as a unorganized. So farmers work on their own and hire the laborers as when they are required. So a large farmers in their field whenever they are needed for doing the plowing work, for doing the harvesting work, means that time only they will hire the laborers. Other time they will remove the laborers, and whenever they require they will do. So the small farmers, what they will do, they will go and search in some other work, so that whenever they are sitting ideal in the home, they are not having any kind of work in the field, means that time they will go in such work and they will earn little bit daily wages. So in this way, the people will work under in this situation. Okay, there will be no safe and working environment will be there, no medical benefit will be available, no security of the employment, because all kind of security we will see in the organized but not we will see in the unorganized. So these are the two differences and two different aspects where we will see the organized sector and unorganized sector are also playing very important role in the economic activities. Okay, so we have divided based on the economic activities, what kind of work you are doing, whether you are working in a company, whether you are working in a grocery shop as well as in a repair shop. So what kind of activities we have to carry, the economist has been categorized, means one is organized and unorganized. So in the next class I am going to explain how to protect the workers in an unorganized sector. Okay, because the government has to see the interest of unorganized sector people, those are working in that way. So what are the protection act as well as whatever what kind of procedures they have been adopted to protect such kind of workers, in the next class I am going to explain. After that, based on ownership, okay, that is public sector and private sector, this is also another classification of economic activity which we will see in our country as well as in the world. So based on the ownership we will categorize the public as well as the private. Based on that one I will explain, and then I will end the lesson. So in the next session I am going to explain how to protect the workers in the unorganized sector. I hope today's class you people have understood the difference between organized and unorganized. They may ask this question for 3 marks as well as for 5 marks to write the differences. So be careful, write those two differences, and keep it one side as well as you can copy down in your notes. So signing out, have a great day. Bye everyone.